Yeah, so that was always the plan as far as, back in December after we were building out Aaron's.
Well, do we have a secret to share or do we not have a secret to share?
Well, I think we've said it in previous videos, but it's been a while. It's been a while.
It has.
For us, a while is like, it's been a month and a half. Truly. I mean, we just got this van in what, March? Yeah. March.
Yeah, it feels a lot longer than March when we've been in the van. And truly, we have only been in this van for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
Now?
Oh yeah, we were gone for a month of that time, and we were building it out. And
so 2 months total of actually living in the van and working out the quirks.
What's funny is it has 2,000 miles on it, basically. And the other day when it starts raining, which hasn't rained
for us in a long time.
For a long time, for some reason my mind's thinking leak, not windows, but just leaks. I'm like, no, it's brand new. It's not going to leak, So
well,
it's
you
such
could
a weird
think
feeling.
That because we did install a ceiling fan in here.
No, I know, but it was broader than that, and it's like this thing is this has about the same miles as the Rubicon has on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So but it feels older just because, it drives like a dream, whatever.
Yeah. So after that long-winded introduction, we are telling you that we have placed an actual order now for the 2023.
Yeah, so that was always the plan as far as, back in December after we were building out Aaron's. That was the plan, is to build out a 2023 with the all-wheel drive and the new 4-cylinder diesel that they will have in their offerings. So this one here, the 2022, was a temporary. This was somebody else's order that they canceled that we jumped on, and a couple months later we got it.
Right.
That allowed us to sell the 4x4 into the market, get our money back on that. We
made money.
Yeah, we made money on it, but it allowed. We loved it, but there were things we wanted to change, which we did then in this design.
Yeah, which I showed you in the last video of all the changes that we made in this current van compared to the old van. So if you are wondering those, you can go back and look at that video.
Yeah, and it wasn't just. It was to sell into the market, hot market, but it's also we wanted to make some changes. We loved the other one, but wanted to have slight changes, which Gay showed you yesterday. I won't go through those, but that then which we have implemented in here. Mm-hmm. And the original plan was to do this, sell this as a full build-out van, and then order the 2023 and then build out that.
So now what we're currently doing, since we did order the 2023, everything inside of this van we are going to take out, and we are actually physically going to move all the interior pieces, because they are modular, out of here and into the 2023, because we don't want to actually do a full build again.
Yeah, and if we had reasons to, like we wanted to modify something or a lot of things in here, then we might do it, but no, this one turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
We made the right changes to make this feel like this is good.
Yep.
And so, yeah, everything's ratchet strapped in here. So it's a matter of, some of the wiring has to be pulled out of the stuff,
Sure.
But I would say a day's time, we'll either put it in a storage unit and then wait for 2023 to come in, or we'll go ahead and just put it right into 2023.
Yeah, so we're going to have a full functioning van just like that, because the brand new one also is, yay, coming with windows. I'm done with windows.
Yeah,
I'm done putting windows in. We have installed like 24 windows.
Something like that, yeah, between all the vans. We can do it. It's not that hard.
No, and they've worked.
Well, no, but see, if you order it, so this is the first time we got to order. The first van we got in 2019, which we got in 2020, we just went to the dealer and it was on their lot, and this one was a canceled order. But this one, we can order what we like. So like the rear windows are like, I can't remember exactly, but so don't quote me, but like $125, and actually I think it was under $100 for both rear door windows from the factory.
A piece.
No, together.
Together.
And we could not buy. And again, I might be wrong with numbers. I'm pretty sure it was like $98 for both.
You're good with numbers.
And you can't buy the window for, it's like they're $170 a piece or something. Plus, then you got to install it.
Yeah.
So it's super cheap.
I am excited about not putting in our own windows.
Yeah.
And we get to pick the color.
Yeah, we get to the color.
We are actually choosing a color this time. It's not gray and it's not white. So you will see what color it is when we get it.
The nice thing too is I went through the 2022 because we put a $1,000 deposit down with the dealer, Mercedes dealer, back in December before, so then he had called and said, hey, I have allocations. You ready? I'm like, is it 2022? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, no, we want to be 2023. So when we picked up this van, he said, you will be number one on the list to order. And so the first day that you could order, he called
us, yeah.
But before that, I went to the 2022 dealer build options and everything which wasn't the 2023, and went through every single one and put them out, and then sent that email to our salesperson at the dealership. And so when he called, he had it all ready to go, and he just went through it with me on the phone. He's a great guy, and we put it all together and ordered it out.
Yeah. So we are not sure yet when it goes into production, when the delivery date is, but
and let me tell you a few things about it. It's all-wheel drive, and some people won't like that. They think the 4-low's better.
But they don't make 4-low anymore.
No, I know, but it's first year, so people wouldn't like that. I do. This will have the same clearance as the 4x4s now, so 4 inches more than this one. As far as not ground clearance, but body clearance. It's going to have the 654, which I know doesn't mean much to people, but it's a new 4-cylinder diesel. And this one has the 4-cylinder diesel too, but this one's a different one. This is a newer version, better for emissions apparently, as far as some of that dealing with the emission stuff. Because a lot of these diesels, the problems they have with them are emissions, not the actual diesel itself.
Yeah.
So, which is great because we need to take care of the environment too.
Yep.
So this one will have some options like the alternator bracket, so we can put a second alternator on there. It's I think it's like a $400 or $500 option, but if you don't do that from factory, then it's like a $2,000 or something. I mean, it's a lot. It's a big pain in the butt to do it post production. So,
and kudos to you for thinking about that, because of the huge financial difference, and having a second alternator will help charge the other batteries and all our batteries more efficiently. So that is really nice.
We'll have the alternator bracket, but also they have an option. I think this year, or 2023, I believe instead of a 220 amp hour alternator, which this one has, it has a 240, I think, something like that. But we ordered the 280 amp alternator. So, because it was $185.
That's cheap.
It's cheap to do instead of taking the other alternator, which we wouldn't have done anyway. But so we end up getting more amps, so it'll work out really well.
Yeah.
So, but then we'll have a second bracket available. I don't know if I'll use that or not. We'll see. Will we do EcoFlows the next one? I don't know.
We're still figuring out this whole system to determine what we're going to do in the next van. But anything else you can think of in the new model?
Excited about the all-wheel drive.
We watched a really cool video on the all-wheel drive. They were test driving it on YouTube, and wow, the capabilities of the all-wheel drive. We wouldn't even think of doing that in the 4-wheel drive van. They had the van tilted and only on 3 wheels, but it's capable. Not saying we're going to do it, but anyways, check out the YouTube video on the capabilities of an all-wheel drive. It
wasn't so much the capabilities of it.
It was ridiculous that they were actually driving on all these hills and potholes and things. And I know you would never be comfortable in it. The van was tilted, and they only had 3 wheels on the ground.
No, I know, but that's not how you want to off-road. So
no,
it wasn't like a Jeep where the articulation is like, wow, that's great. No, this thing was like, it's like 1 wheel on the ground type of thing.
I wouldn't even go over it, and they're test driving it to prove that it does do that too. And I'm not saying we're going to, because we wouldn't feel comfortable with it. We would feel like the van is tipping over. So. Yeah. All right, that was a long rant.
We're going to go with all-wheel drive, which we really want. And this may be the last van that we get from the standpoint.
Do you think?
Well, no, but so the only reason we're doing this is because of the market. Like the market allows that. And in a second, I'll
True.
tell you what we're going to do with this one. But yeah, so the alternator, the aux blind spot, 360 camera, the 10 or the big screen, roof rails. It's going to be the high roof, electric parking brake. So, you know, not that much. But along with the full windows package that we don't have on this.
Yeah.
But I went through every single option.
The roof rails will be nice because on this van there are no roof rails, and I did put solar up there the other day, and I'll do a video on that. And so you don't have as many options when you don't have roof rails. You can order them and install them, and that's another hassle and another task. And we had them on the other van, but so roof rails will be a bonus.
And this is going to be the 2500 van, not the 3500 or the 4500 or the 1500 actually they have.
Cool.
But that's basically, you know, that's basically it. And then, you know, then a color like you said.
So
But let me first, what we're going to do, so the plan is, instead of selling this as a kicked out van or a, you know, tricked out van ready to roll, we decided not to do that because we don't want to rebuild, because it's really hard on the road to build. And
Right.
we did it, but it was a process of ordering, getting a storage unit,
all that, yeah.
all that stuff. So we don't want to do that. Plus, selling it was not. I mean, it was easy, but at the same time, you had to find somebody with cash, because a bank's not going to give you money more than the chassis for a do-it-yourself, or potentially they might, but they, you know, so it was a little bit of a struggle there potentially. But what we're going to do is empty this out, and we're going to sell this as probably a low mileage
Cargo van
with windows that's ready to build. They have a MaxxAir fan.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have solar on the roof, but everything else is going to be out of here, and they're going to have a floor, whatever, and then be a much easier sale.
So that is all then is what we're going to do. And so if you guys are interested in a cargo van, you can buy the cargo van from us. Just kidding. This will be up for sale, and it will be, and who knows, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. We don't know when the production's going to start.
But the nice thing is it's going to be just sold as a cargo van. So the people are like, oh, that's too high price. Well, no, there's one right down the street that's sold for the same price. So
Yeah.
meaning it's a direct hit. It's not like,
Right.
what do you have for lithiums, or what do you,
Right.
you know, so that way we're not dealing with that.
It's hard to quantify the value, even though, again, we did really well on the other van, of what's inside and what you're selling it for. So that is it for that news on our new purchase.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to. We're going to be towing the Jeep, the Rubicon behind it, so we'll have a 4-wheel drive that can get us in quite a ways, and then we'll have the Rubicon to go from there.
All-wheel drive. All right, are you done?
Yep.
It's getting hot in here. We have all the doors shut because we're in the city of Pagosa Springs in Colorado, and we're sitting at a park right now. We enjoyed a great run this morning, and they have full-on hot springs in the city, and the city has incorporated the hot springs into the Riverwalk. And so Pagosa Springs in Colorado is a nice spot to be right now, and we are hanging out. And we were talking about the new van. I'm like, we got to do a video on it. So there you have it. If you guys have any questions about this van and anything about it, or the new 2023 and where we ordered it from, any questions like that, leave them in the comments below. And
yeah, we're excited, and again, we don't know everything about it, but we can help.
all right, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.